Hey, welcome back to Brave and Big.
Let's go.
Which one are you?
Oh, depends on the day, don't you think?
I think so.
Great question. Today, I want to be big.
Yeah. You're feeling brave because you got a little tum-tum issues going on. You got a little tummy ache.
Why are you telling the people, man?
You got a tummy ache, you know? Need everybody to extend your hands to your phone and reach out in prayer.
Help this guy out.
Man, you got a little tummy ache. Yeah. I hope you're over by the time this airs.
Man, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like standing up or sitting down right now.
Yeah,
so this is fun. But
did Molly send Midol with you or anything?
Just prayers and I got a loving kiss.
Oh, that's sweet.
Virtual.
I like that. Hey, do you remember when we were in college? It was about midnight and you were walking through the hall and you were just polishing off a large pizza at midnight.
Yep.
And I said, Chris, you're going to be so fat. I said, you were going to be the fattest. You're going to be so much fatter than me when we turn 40.
Yes.
And you're like, nuh-uh, you know what? You're going to be fatter than me, Joey. So we went back and forth in this banter of who's going to be fatter at 40. So we placed a bet that day that we were going to see at 40, whoever's fattest had to, maybe ironically, buy the other person a huge meal.
And then we do something after that. Which was
watch Braveheart.
That's it.
And we got to 40 and we looked at each other and then I said to you, I go, dang, bro, you look good.
And I said, you look pretty good.
And I said, neither of us are fat. Neither of us are fatter. And which was a shock. I mean, you've seen Joey pictures. Joey's a little fatty growing up. So I got a little fat kid in me.
And Chris ate everything he's ever seen in his whole life.
Mowed it down. And bro, you are fit.
Come on.
And I think, as I'm thinking about, we're going to talk about fitness, we're going to talk about diet today. And this is just our own personal experience. We're a couple 45-year-old guys. And having gone through one person who you have a metabolism motor, like you're able to burn a bunch and you consume a bunch. I'm a little predisposed growing up being a little fat kid. And I think about the way that we've navigated this. I actually think we have a bunch to say on it, which is really fun.
I think so too. And then but it's also interesting because we're by no means fitness experts or certified.
Yeah.
We are middle-aged men.
Yeah.
That have navigated two very different body types.
Right.
Which is honestly why we just thought this would be a fun episode.
Yeah.
You are tall and you have decided to be lean and fit. You've done CrossFit, you've done different things. I'm shorter than you. I've weighed 245-ish pounds for 30 years.
You carry it great.
Thanks. I love it. Like I'm very happy with size and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And want to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what's interesting. So I believe it will be an interesting conversation and maybe we help each other find our next level.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's good. And again, yeah, we've kind of gone through it I am not by any means, neither of us are. I mean, you are a great natural athlete. I think I'm an average natural athlete. And so it's not like we have just this like crazy motor. I think you could have played college football. Like I probably could have played small college basketball, but again, like by no means a phenom. So like working through what's probably a pretty normal process that most of us work through. And there is some mindset stuff there that we're going to get into that I think is really interesting. But I find myself running into friends I went to high school with, and I just look and I look at them like, bro, like you don't have to carry 30 extra pounds. Yeah. You don't have to. You look sloppy. And I'm going to sound, can we just pre-say some of this will sound judgmental, and I'm sorry, but I'm not that sorry about it. But I think we can speak semi-truthfully on this because again, like Kristen used to refer to me as muffin top. Take my shirt off with a pair of jeans on. You want to see a bad look is a man in jeans with no shirt or a man sitting down in jeans.
She would just call you that? Like,
yeah.
Instead of Joey, like for the rest of the day, say, hey, muffin top. Yeah, just a quick little jab. So again, I'm not talking about when I say with judgment, like you should trim some. Like we're not talking about just to greet God here. But we bump into friends and a lot of them aren't fit. But that's not necessarily as much the problem as they seem resigned to it. And so I think the problem is most people aren't fit and they should be. Yeah. That's a great way to say it. And are just somehow, somewhere got stuck and just thought, I can't see a path. Because the problem is, and we all know this about like fitness or weight loss,
you actually do have that moment in your adulthood where you lose some weight and then gain it back.
Yeah.
And so that becomes the assumption that I can't keep it off. There was something unique about that moment why I lost it in the first place.
Right.
And if I did it, I'd hate to do it again because we start thinking about what other people think.
Yeah.
And I think especially when it comes to fitness, this is where that phrase, comparison is the thief of all joy, really factors in.
Yeah.
I am somewhat jealous of like the 5'9" guy that can walk into like Dillard's, put on a suit off the rack, and look awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys like Luke Collins or something.
Luke
you know what I mean?
Collins,
Just like that guy looks great. And it's, in my life, that it's always like, man, this jacket doesn't fit here, doesn't feel like. In high school, I had to get pants made because I was doing squats all the time. Got these big thighs for a while, and just a different body type.
Yeah.
And if I'm comparing myself to tall, lean guy, like it just kills the whole thing. Or if we compare ourselves to our younger self, I got a feeling we're 70, we're going to be like, bro, should have enjoyed 45 body a little bit more. You were putting effort into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I specifically remember in college, we had to get that fat test.
Yes.
And they just grab a chunk of gut and, whatever. And in college, I was 230 pounds and 6% body fat.
Wow.
Because Schaefer, a friend of ours, was a pole vaulter at 9% and was beside himself that I had less body fat than his skinny track self. I am not 6% anymore. Absolutely not. But if I was just like frustrated and mad and beat myself up over not being the college fit, what a silly thing.
Right.
But I think that's the problem is we're comparing incorrectly. So what's it look like to win with your fitness right here at this phase of life?
So for your fitness journey, did you, because you I believe you're lean. I mean, like you're strong, but you look like, all right, this guy is like proportioned the way he's supposed to. Like you look to me like the way you were made to look. So, and you still eat a bunch of calories for the most part. So your fitness, I mean, you burn a lot of calories. So will you talk through maybe, I'd love to hear actually, maybe thinking for guys who are, hey, you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, like, can you walk through kind of maybe the decades of that? Like post-college, what does your fitness journey look like, exercise and diet both?
Post-college, I think my metabolism was still kind of through the roof. And I literally would laugh about like I'd work out once a week or something and still feel great, compete in all the various stuff that we would do. Probably like most guys around 30, I really did somehow, and I did not ever want to blame it on getting older, or I just thought it was such an excuse, but something did change. The love handles showed up,
right?
You know what I mean? And nothing, I hadn't done anything different. And so in my 30s, I got a little bit more serious about like thinking through the lens of health. I think this is the problem too. Sometimes I had like I was almost proud of how much I could eat.
Yes.
Like I would, on spring break, I'd win a wing eating contest, and we'd go somewhere random. It's like, I can eat more pizza than that guy. And I mean, like there was like a pride about it. Oh, Hart will finish your food. And I still think that's fun.
Yes.
But what like a silly thing to be actually proud of, because it's not me at my best.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably part of my maturation, I guess, was like, hey, you being the guy that can eat the most is actually not that cool and not the best for you. And then honestly, at 40 is when we started doing something every single morning during the week at 5 a.m. And it started out as like a competition and turned into just kind of what we do now. And it's been the best thing that I've consistently done for 6 years now. We do a variation of things every morning at 5 a.m. And I'm more aware of what I eat. Like I don't really drink soda.
Yeah.
I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
I probably still way too much of like fajitas.
Yeah.
But I don't eat a ton of sweets.
Yeah.
So like if I'm working on something, it would be like, let's just get portion control right.
Yeah.
But I have become a lot more aware of what I'm putting in my body.
Yes.
And I love the fact that we work out 5 days a week.
Yeah. And you lift too, right?
We lift 3 days and then play basketball. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. Tuesday, Thursday, we play ultimate Frisbee. And it's kind of our cardio. Have you seen that deal that says like, I think it's like 90% of guys over 30 will never sprint again?
Wow.
And then I was like, no way. And then I'm like, wait, I'm trying to think of all the times I sprinted in my, like, why would most guys sprint?
Yeah.
It's not part of their workout. They're not working out, or it's not part of their routine. They're not actually actively in a competitive sport. So most guys stop sprinting, but that's what actually creates HGH and all that kind of stuff. So for me, Frisbee forced us to sprint.
Yeah.
So we didn't fall in that category.
It actually it's actually kind of, if you walk somewhere and you saw like a 50-year-old dude sprinting, you'd be like, what on earth is that
He's
weirdo
like trying to beat the odds, bro.
just like in a full sprint. Like freaking,
I just run in the mall.
like Tom Cruise, like going after it. You know what I mean?
Every movie, every time.
He may be the 10%.
Sprint.
Yeah, he's probably the 10% sprinting. I mean, that is wild. Like, it is really funny. That's so true. And I'm thinking about the last time I sprinted. It's probably when I visited Tulsa and played Ultimate Frisbee with you like a year ago. It's crazy.
We do have guys. That's the great thing about it. Friends will come in town and be like, hey, I'll stay the night on Wednesday. Man, I'll come run with you guys on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it's great. And other things of that, but it is amazing. And I think, let's get into this, but just that idea of like what actually works for you.
Yes. Yeah.
For me, that 5 a.m. deal is a whole lot of habit stacking.
Yeah.
I'm with guys I want to be with. I woke up when I said I was going to get up.
Yeah.
There's the social connection.
Yeah.
It's absolutely physically what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
And my mind is right going into getting my kids out the door and starting anything business
that's
related.
good.
But all of those, it's not just like, well, fitness is great. It literally checks 5 boxes.
Yeah, I like that.
And and it's not at the sacrifice of family, friends, fun, business.
Yeah.
The sacrifice is 5 a.m., but it prevents sacrifice in the areas I care about.
Yeah, that's good. I found myself in college. I've generally been like 190 to 210, and I found myself in college, I think at 235.
In college?
Yeah, not carrying it well. Like there was and so and at that point I said, I got to do something. And I just took a semester of Stairmaster. And again, I played basketball in high school, and I started to see my body react. I said, okay, that's good. Like,
I remember this.
Yeah.
Didn't you say 20 minutes a day?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you did?
Yeah.
Because I remember you doing it over the summer. Is that accurate?
I think so. Yeah.
I
discovered it in the summer. Yes.
And I was like, Joe, you look different. And I really remember specifically because it was 20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just don't miss a day.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just, I went up the AC at ORU 20 minutes a day. And so that was, and you kind of, all that kind of feeds on itself. You like how you feel, you want to keep doing that kind of thing. So that was kind of the start for myself. Got into a little bit of CrossFit in probably late 20s, carried that into when I moved into Atlanta. That was the thing for that season. You talk about what works for you. That absolutely worked for me. The reason why it worked for me when I was in Tulsa, because I had 5 guys I would go with and we would do it. It became a community thing, which I will just tell you, like skipping ahead to the small step, like it is, I believe, this is semi-wrong, but I believe for 90% of the people, it is impossible for it to be sustainable without others doing it with you. I can't imagine working out without somebody else.
I'm not as disciplined as I think I am or need to be without other people.
Absolutely. But
that alarm going off, my alarm goes off at 4:33 and 4:36, just in case, like I really try to get up at the first one.
Yeah.
If I somehow but Monday through Friday, and the great thing is my wife has never woken up. Molly is a sleeper. So
that a girl.
But at 4:33, and it's funny too, it's almost like cold plunge. You never get used to it.
Yeah.
I'm still like, I've tried to like condition myself over these 6 years. I still don't like waking up at 4:30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so every morning I still have to make that decision. But the fact that other guys are connected to it, I'm not going to not walk out my front door where there's a guy waiting for me to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That my neighbor picks me up to go play Frisbee.
See, the thing I love that you said about it is I'm not that disciplined. And I think we put a little bit too heavy an emphasis on discipline. Why on earth are we trying to exercise all this willpower and discipline when we don't need to? Just set up systems, just have people around you. Like then you don't have to worry about willpower or discipline.
Okay. Environment is stronger than willpower.
That's it.
Like I need to quit eating ice cream. Why do you have ice cream in your fridge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's physically impossible to eat ice cream when you don't have it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or you're like counting on your willpower to walk by the freezer 20 times.
Yeah. It's dumb.
And resist it every time. It's
dumb.
Just remove it.
Yeah.
Same thing with proximity.
Right.
That guy's in my driveway waiting for me to walk out.
Yeah.
I would feel like such a punk just to go back to bed and make him waste his time.
Right.
So for 6 years, I've gotten up at the same time.
Yeah.
Because he's in the driveway.
Yeah.
I created the right environment.
Right.
So I'm not counting on my discipline or willpower.
I found when I turned, all these people say this, and I thought it was so dumb when they said it. They said, "Oh, when you hit 40, oh, when you hit 40," and I thought it was so dumb that I turned 40 August 12th. In September, I got a back infection that put me in the hospital. That this back infection, if left untreated, has a 20% mortality rate.
Really?
I still don't know how I got it. Like it was a wild thing. So I went on these heavy duty antibiotics. So I had 4 months of antibiotics. I had antibiotics. I had a PICC line into my arm. It was there all the time. So I had antibiotics flowing in my blood 5 hours a day. So it was, and so when people said something changed at 40, it was different, but something did change at 40.
Your back got infected.
Yeah. And then I found myself at the end of that almost with this decision of like, resignation or not, because I was very 4 or 5 days a week in the CrossFit gym. Like, wait, I could just go to walking, which maybe would have been fine. I could have just said, oh man, maybe it was the deadlifts that got me. Maybe like, who knows what, because it was unbelievably painful. And I just didn't ever like this idea. And I think this being the problem mentally, that it's inevitable. It's inevitable you'll become unfit. It's inevitable you'll put on weight. It's inevitable. I just don't like the idea of inevitability. So I just, and I think about it, this is the lens that we think through all the time. Like, what am I modeling to my kids here? My kids are going to replicate this. Whatever it is, whatever I tell them the reality is, they'll believe is the reality. So got back on the horse. And I will tell you, bro, I listened to a podcast a few months ago. It was on the art of manliness. And it was a guy named Paul Horn. He wrote a book called Radically Simple Strength. And I've never really lifted heavy that much. And so I listened to this and I was like, and he goes, what'd he say? He goes, I believe that every man should be able to do 2 plates on bench, 3 plates on squat, 4 plates on deadlifts. And I was like, okay,
I like it.
I can do that.
Yeah. And
I did not, and Heath and I, so again, back my workout partner, we said, all right, let's go do it. And bro, I'm 6'5", 210. I'm not thick, but I'm lifting heavier at 45 than I've ever lifted in my life.
What'd you squat the other day? You told me.
I squatted 320.
Ooh.
320, repping it too. That's not a 1 rep. That's repping that sucker.
That's a long way up.
That's a long way up and down.
I do love the guys in the gym that can like wipe their butt on the ground. Like those guys that get real low on squats.
It's crazy.
I need to work. It's not that I can't. I need to condition myself to get these hips rotating a little bit more to get real low.
Hips don't lie, son.
Hips don't lie, bro. Shakira. But what I love that you're saying, it's that whole idea. It's not a capacity issue. It's a conditioning issue.
Yeah.
Josh Atkinson's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
6'4" basketball player. We were gym buddies for years.
Jump out the gym. Beautiful left-handed
42-inch vert. Crazy. Athlete. Well, he comes in the gym one day and said, we should get good at pull-ups. And I said, Josh, in my life, I've never thought that.
Yeah.
I'm not like a gymnast,
right?
Small little guy. You know what I mean? Like, and he goes, let's just see how many you can do. He did like 10 or something. As hard as I could pull myself, I did 5. Okay. And felt like I strained everything, trying to have good form. So it just proved like I'm not naturally good at pull-ups.
Yeah.
But we put a system in place and started doing 5 sets of 5, which turned into 10 sets of 5, which turned into 10 sets of 10. And then it was like, let's just see how quick we can get to 100. And I did 34 pull-ups.
Unbelievable.
But I think that's what's amazing. Like that's what's cool about like a fitness journey or process. That was something I'm really not naturally good at.
Yeah.
But because we focused on it, and that's what's cool about the gym. Like we would train for 225 when the combine would come around. How many times can we get it? Because it's fun to see, you know what I'm saying? But like that's what's so cool. And I think maybe that's what's been encouraging is all these different seasons. There's been seasons where we lifted real heavy. Other times it was more kind of HIIT style or CrossFit or like the fun of like finding different ways to treat your body, shape your body, condition your body. I think that's the coolest part about it.
Yeah.
But I believe that starts with a decision. I'm going to make fitness in my life a priority.
Yes.
And then we're going to get the fruit that comes from that decision.
So aside from looking good, I mean, basic question, like why is it important to prioritize fitness? And maybe it is looking good. Maybe that's it.
That's an absolute part of it.
Yeah.
It's Deion Sanders, man, look good, play good, get paid good. Like my kids say that. Like Coop will put on her soccer uniform. She's like, I look good. I'm like, let's go get paid, Coop, right? So I think that's for sure part of it. But I mean, you know this, like there's times, one, I'll go to the gym and have great ideas.
Yeah.
Because you're getting your body right and it's absolutely connected to our mind.
Yes.
And there's also the side of it, like I'm different if I don't lift.
Yes.
I don't know if it's being like wanting to be a high producer, thinking about advancing all the time, whatever that is, like the gym like levels out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm being a little turd to the kids or something like that. Molly be like, hey, did you lift today?
Wow.
For me,
yeah,
it's shocking at what a leveling agent it is. We're training to actually operate at our highest level.
Yeah.
I want to be great in our businesses.
Yeah.
I really want to be good as a dad. I want to serve God well. And then I think too, like you want to go real spiritual with it. And we start talking about like it being the temple.
Yeah.
Then it starts to boil down to stewardship. Like, man, are you stewarding the temple?
Yeah.
And I think about it like this all the time, like even like what we put in our bodies and what we don't. Just the reality of like if I can have anything to do with living to 70 versus 85.
Yes.
Like 15 more years on the planet.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go to heaven someday and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But 15 more years of impact because like I didn't smoke or didn't drink or didn't drink Diet Coke every day or, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is. Yeah. I love the idea of the longevity that comes with lifting and being our best and then adding to the longevity.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, to me, one of them, I mean, the looking good, like I want to be attractive to Kristen.
Yeah.
I want that. Like there's the vanity side, of course, where I like want to like, look good at the pool in the summer and all that kind of stuff too. But I think the other part is like, I really love hanging out with my kids. Like I really want, there's a book by Peter Attia called Outlive. And he talks about, different ages. Like if you can't lift your suitcase at 70 or something, like that's a benchmark at 70 to lift your suitcase. Like big boy, I'm never asking someone to lift my suitcase for me. You know what I mean? So there's a little competitive element inside of it that I want to, but I want to hang out with my kids and grandkids as long as I possibly can. And I think for me, like that's a really big piece of it. This is one reason why I've switched over to a little bit less cardio, maybe a little more like zone 2 stuff, like conversational walking, which I would have made fun of myself 10 years ago for, but the conversational walking, but then like the lifting heavy, there's so much stuff that says muscle development as you get older is vital.
Have you seen what they're saying about like quad strength? Like the stronger they can completely associate the strength of your quads to the longevity of your life.
Wow.
Because this is what keeps us from falling.
People that's interesting, fall, bro.
Then have such a shorter lifespan after the fall.
Wow.
Because it's so much harder to recover. So you prevent the fall altogether if your quads are strong.
Did they say anything about my quads?
Yeah. Yeah. You're actually
quad father.
Picture
or no?
I bet we can find that picture.
Okay.
Have you seen that? It's a meme or something, but it's literally like a guy, it's a devastating situation, but a guy is carrying his kid, like a helper, like a army guy is carrying the guy's kid instead of him carrying the kid.
Wow.
And it's like, this is why we train.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, when it comes down to it, if there's a moment of need, like I a car flipped over one time on the highway and I ran across the highway and this lady was like stuck in the car. And I mean, it was the most adrenaline I felt in my whole life. And I pulled the door back.
I believe it.
And this semi-truck driver comes, he goes, holy hell. And he was like, and I was thinking that I'm like, Molly, are you watching this? And I'm just pulling this door and the whole rest of the drive, we're like trying to catch a flight in Utah. I was like, you saw me pull that door, right?
Wow.
That's why I lift. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
amazing.
Random example.
Yeah.
But we stay ready.
That's right.
You don't have to get ready if you're ready. And man, like my son Brave likes to do fitness stuff.
Yes.
And I think what we really want to do is like, we're doing the things where our kids catch us doing the right thing.
Yep.
So I come home at 6:30, sweaty in the morning when they're getting up for school.
Yeah.
So every single day, the picture that my kids have is my dad just came from doing one of the things he should be doing.
That's right.
So guess what? On Saturdays, it's like, hey, Brave, you put the workout together.
Yeah.
Dad, we're going to do push-ups. We're going to do jumping jacks. Love it. He's fallen in love with it in a really good way, but he's seen it. And then all of my friends that he also looks up to, they work out.
Yeah.
So of course, that's the path he's going to take.
I'm telling you, I got a competitive, Harrison's 17, almost 18. I have a competitiveness in me for that. No, I'm going to outlift you. You know what I mean? I want to see how long
Harrison's ripped.
Yeah, how long can I make? And there becomes that competitive again, that like sharpening, which is so good when you can get around, you can continue to sharpen each other. And I think COVID for me really was like, I think for my kids it was an inflection point. By the way, it's become culture in our home. Kristen works out. She's doing her thing at high low, which is a thing that like her fitness routine, and she is in great shape. And so what's normal for our kids now is like, yeah, you work out, you stay fit, which is such a good thing. And I think COVID that was a moment for us. There was just this one line that was in our CrossFit gym at the time. It just said, and it's not original to ours, but it's strong people are harder to kill.
Bro.
And I just want to be harder to kill. I mean, you think about freaking Brent Venables out there, the Sooners coach, hard to kill. Love it. What if we were just hard to kill? I just love that. I get fired up thinking about it.
You probably saw the deal on like sex predators look at the parents.
Wow.
Man, is that it? Like they see a 6'5" fit guy. It's like, that's not worth the effort.
Dang.
So not only hard to kill, hard to hurt the things that you care about.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think, and I know that's like a lot of tough guy talk, but I really, you know what I'm saying? Like just
lost a bunch of listeners.
Couple wusses just chimed out of this. But I think that's a little bit of the why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, look good, feel good, all that kind of stuff. But then it's like the moments where it is necessary.
Yeah.
I love the idea. One of our daughters really wanted to like win this race in 6th grade. And it's so funny. It come to find out because the top 20 got a water bottle. And I'm like, man, we could buy you a water bottle. You know, but she wanted to win this thing. Well, she came in and she just goes, Dad, would you train me? And it's funny because I'm not a trainer for running.
Right.
But what she was asking was, would I go run the 3 miles with her literally a week before? It wasn't like she was real strategic about it. But 4 times I could go run with her only because we play Frisbee.
Yeah.
So I was ready to work out with my daughter when she asked. And that's like more than beating a guy up.
Yeah.
Like being able to be ready for those moments that do just present themselves.
Yeah.
No, honey, I'm not in shape enough to help you.
Man.
What a terrible thing to have to say.
Yeah, that's right. I will tell you, for as much, we've talked really about movement and fitness and stuff like that, or movement and exercise. For me, though, I would say the greatest transformation for me that I've seen in my body is always as a result of me changing my diet, of coupling diet with, I think the two are so linked. When I'm not working out, I'm eating worse. So all that, they kind of go hand in hand. But when you can, I usually find it begins with exercise, and then pretty soon I start seeing some result, and then I want to kind of supercharge it with diet. I think diet's like 80% of it. I really do. I could be wrong. And at least for me, very simply, it's calories in, calories out.
Do you have any kind of tips or tricks, like non-negotiables on like what you eat, what you don't eat, or the best way to make sure you stay in a deficit?
So I think I've gone in a couple different, I mean, honestly, like the most effective one, and it's so shocking that it's been so effective, it actually just is counting calories. And here's why, is that we vastly underestimate. I think estimates are we underestimate the calories we consume by like 30 to 40% or something like that. Yeah. And so it's because I forgot, oh, that's right, I did take a spoonful of peanut butter. Or actually, peanut butter, and you don't like peanut butter, so it's insanity. It's very odd
thing.
But what happens is we see the serving size says 190 calories for 2 tablespoons. And we think we're putting 2 tablespoons. We actually just put on 3.5.
7 bites later.
Yeah, exactly. And so so all of a sudden, when I began to do that without any judgment of how much the calories were, just to know, I started realizing like, oh, I'm way in the positive on I'm in a caloric surplus here. So, and then, people can go on and they can see what, like for your body type, your weight, what's your kind of your break even, and then how can you stay under it. But for me, that was the biggest one, was just beginning with how many calories am I consuming.
I would jokingly and like proudly say for years that calories weren't real. Like almost like germs. It's like, I don't know, I'll wipe that sandwich on the ground and not get sick. You know what I mean? But then, because I would think, Joey, like if you get on a treadmill and you go hard for like, 10 minutes, it's like you burned 80 calories. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, my first bite of the sausage roll is 120 calories.
Man.
There's no way calories are real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, and I eat a lot. So it'd be like, I'm eating I should weigh 600 pounds.
Yeah.
But it is shocking what you're saying, because I got serious about it a few years ago. A guy really recommended it and actually started like count what actually are macros, what's it look like, the whole thing. And it is fascinating. It's like your budget in your bank. You know what I mean? It's like you have 1,000 in there, don't spend more than 1,000.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like this is what you're going to burn. This is what's right for you.
Yeah.
And if we'll really do it. And the great thing, like with AI and everything, there's a lot of good trackers, but I started doing, this is a couple weeks ago even, I just wrote down what I ate that day and sent it to a friend. And without saying anything, he just sent his back.
Oh, I love that.
The best thing on his was track food. His daughter had a track meet, and I'm like, he didn't want to
track.
He didn't want to specify.
Wow,
corn dogs. The whole thing. It's like fair food. You know what I mean? But then I just plugged it into AI, my list, and it gave within a couple hundred calories. That was 2,600 calories. You were in your deficit.
See that it's really easy. Counting calories can feel like an unsustainable thing to do. Because it is, but if you can give yourself a little grace there and be like, I'm close enough, like I'm ballparking here. Like you want to make sure that you're not, that don't think you're getting 2, but you're actually getting 3,800 or something like that. But if you can, so using some of those tools to help you find that trajectory, kind of where you are, I will say the supercharge for me became when you combine counting calories with how much protein I want in a day.
Yeah.
Because then you start talking about like the budgeting. I start realizing, okay, I got to get 200 grams of protein today. So I got to use my calories really wisely. So I actually can't afford right now. I can't afford these chips at the Mexican restaurant because that'll put you way over the top. I can't afford 200 to 700 calories right now. I'm not going to have any room left for my protein. Yeah. So to me, when you can begin to supercharge that and thinking of this iteratively, I think you can make a massive amount of gain just by beginning with that. And then it begins to switch. See, I have a sugar tooth, and so it makes it easier when it's within a larger context of calories. I find when I eliminate my vices, it's really helpful. But if I realize, like, okay, well, that was going towards a calorie count that was unsustainable for me.
I think I've got a buddy that's lost a lot of weight, gained a lot of weight. And so if there's anybody listening, like he'll say, man, collectively I've lost 1,308 pounds because he's done it 10 times. Right. But I do think a thing that really does help is to just say like for real, by the 4th of July, I do want to look like this. Let's back it out and say what's actually needed to get 20-mile march it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's why that's a foundational piece. But there's something so fun about that and so rewarding. Nate Bargatze on his show, he just goes, man, I had a goal to lose this amount of weight. By the time the show started, he goes, oh, show just started. You know what I mean? It's like, but so let's not do that. But there's something too, like discipline begets discipline. Yeah. And that's where I come back on the fitness side of things. It's like, let's be disciplined enough to say, this is what I will do and this is what I won't do. Because I know for me, like when I work out in the morning, there's a real good chance I'm going to read the word right after that. And there's a real good chance I'm going to journal a little bit. There's a real, because there's discipline implemented. And I think physical discipline is something that you really can track and do. Yeah. But then it leads to the other disciplines that we have to have in our lives to be our best.
Is there, when you think about your kids, is there an unhealthy version of this that you want to be careful about passing on? Unhealthy relationship with food, unhealthy relationship with exercise? Is there a balance there that you find yourself dancing with?
I'll tell you where Molly has been a great conviction is I really like after a game, I like to get them a treat. And I'm still figuring this one out because it's so fun to run into Quick Trip or the dollar store or something like that and be like, man, today you get 2 treats. You had a home run, you know what I mean? And so what I'm inadvertently doing is associating good times and happy with bad food.
Wow.
When I'm happy, I go eat. When I do well, I should reward myself with things that aren't actually good for me.
Wow.
And so I have started proposing, I'll tell you what, you play great today, and it's not even winning, but it's like, hey, if great attitude, listen to coach, play your hardest, then you don't have to do the dishes on Tuesday night, which is a little more healthy than, right? Sour Patch Kids. Yeah. So I think that's something that we've worked on a little bit. Like there is something just so natural and fun about like, hey, we're heading to this, let's get ice cream on the way. That is like, I don't want to take those away altogether. But I don't want that to be the only association. Yeah. Like sweets or food that's not good for you can't be the reward for most things.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you guys? You got
again, Kristen is a great governor for this, but I jokingly mentioned growing up as a little chubby kid, and I do carry that with me. And so I have to be really, really, really careful. And I will say I fail a fair amount on this in not passing down an unhealthy relationship with food to my kids. I work very well with extremes. Like it just, for me, it's a lot easier to go, I'm not having sugar right now. I'm not eating sugar this month or something like that, versus relying on my own willpower to stop at one portion. Kristen and I, one of the first dates we went on, she left 2 bites on her plate, and I thought she was like a magician. I'd never seen anybody eat so much of their food and not finish it. I just didn't know how she did it.
You're so close.
I mean, because it was celebrate. I don't know. It was so celebrate. Clean Plate Club was a celebration at my house growing up. And so it was, so I do believe that I have some kind of an unhealthy relationship there that I'm working to regulate. And I actually think I'm in a very healthy place with food. Like my extremes to me are healthy. That's a healthy way for me to live because I live best there. But it's very easily misinterpreted as an unhealthy sugar wholesale bad. I should never have sugar. No, that's not true. So I do fight that. I do struggle with that. I do like the idea. I think we've gotten into health as thinking a little bit more of it than strength versus fat avoidance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's good. Like hard to kill. Like I like that. And so I think that's been a helpful piece of it. But yeah, I have to be very, very careful and again, Kristen is so moderate. 1 minor dessert serving and she's fine. Where if I have a bowl of ice cream, I'm having 6. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's there is a bunch of that of being careful not to pass that down.
You kind of went here earlier. Do you have like some minimum standards for your fitness that you kind of always want it? Like for me at one point, I'm like, I always want to be able to bench 225 at least 10 times. Like for me, that's like, okay, that means I've stayed strong in that regard. I always want to be able to squat 315. I always want to, whatever. So, but there's probably some other ones I should have. Like
that's a great question.
Maybe keeping up with like, man, I always want to be able to run under 7-minute mile anytime, or whatever.
Man,
could I just run for an hour? Do you have anything like that in place?
No, I love that. I mean, I probably look at weight as a barometer, which is kind of an unfair barometer because it's not taking into account body mass. Yeah. But I really like that. I mean, even people listening, I love like putting comments like what are those standards that would be helpful to abide by? I love that idea.
Well, and then maybe because I think you're right on. Like if you want to change the way you look, it will be your diet.
Yeah.
And I actually hate that that's the reality.
Yeah.
Because I like working out.
Yeah.
And I don't like restraints on diet. And so, but I think that would be an interesting standard too.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I want to be able to, I can always bench over 300. That's great. But I also will have a minimum standard.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm just going to make sure I get this much protein. I'm just going to make sure I don't have this much surplus of sugar.
That's good.
But then also, I like the idea of like, it's not a cheat meal. Let's just look at it like I've decided on the 4th of July, I like to eat banana pudding.
That's right.
And I train really well so that I can enjoy that.
Yeah.
But a friend of ours, David Pollock, fitness guy, NFL guy, the whole thing, we had a big meal one night and I loved it. We were on a golf trip, like did not have to have any discipline. Ate a real big Italian meal. The next day we're playing golf and I offered to buy him a snack and he goes, oh, I had a big meal last night, and today I'm just kind of getting back on track. I'm just not going to eat for a while. And my takeaway was, what a great way to immediately dial back in.
Yeah,
he enjoyed the meal. Yeah, didn't say anything about it. Didn't make a big deal about I'm cheating tonight.
Man,
it's like,
that's good.
But the next day recalibrated a little bit, did a little intermittent fasting just to get right back to where he wanted to get, and that's a rhythm.
Yeah.
I think that's the trick is we do get so extreme.
That's right.
And there might be some intervals of that to kind of like as a catalytic event. But then what's the actual healthy rhythm of when you eat, what you eat, when you lift. And I think if we can find that, it's really cool to kind of say, this is me at my best. And here's a process to actually get there.
So good. All right, let's make it simple. Let's break it down. Just for all of us, we all know a brave and big life always starts with a small step. So for somebody listening, what is that this week small step they can take?
I love the idea of deciding how many times you're going to do something physical.
Yep.
Let's just make that decision.
Yeah.
And if you're already there, like is it your best? It's like, man, I've been working out 3. You might say, you know what? I listen to this. I'm a little bit motivated. Let's go 4.
Yeah.
I like that. So that would be one is how much physical activity will you commit to? And then I also just love the real simple idea of in what you're eating, what will you eat this week and what won't you eat this week? If you, I have a pastor buddy and he goes, man, I got in a bad spot. We just had ice cream every night and I gained 12 pounds. So it's a cool thought of like a little bit of pruning.
Yeah.
Like, man, this week, you don't have to do this forever, but these next 7 days, I'm just not going to have dessert. I love that.
I love that too. I do.
Just a little bit of it's not even a full fast, but I'm fasting something.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit that's like, I am disciplined. I am in control of what goes in my body. I will steward it well.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, two for me. I'll go physical and I'll go fitness and then diet. The one on the fitness, if you don't have someone, it could be your wife on a walk. It could be your buddy in the gym. Like, find somebody to align on fitness with. Please don't do it on your own. The second thing would be, if you've thought about this, if you think your diet may be off, literally don't even make a change to your diet. Literally count calories. Just write down and quantify how many calories, and just see over a week. Be honest with yourself. It may be a lot more manual labor than you want. And maybe it is, I ate 12 tortilla chips or something like that. Please write it down, but capture all of that and just look over the course of a week. And then at the end of the week, you can look and see where, if I want to be in a caloric deficit, where is that? How many grams of protein? So I would say probably it would be calories and protein. Yeah. Maybe week 1 is calories. Maybe week 2 is calories and protein. Maybe beyond that is you saying like, okay, where's my caloric deficit and how many grams of protein do I want? For me, that may sound complicated, but you can take it small iterative steps. I think it becomes more manageable.
I have a strong suspicion that if all of us could ask our 70-year-old selves what they wish we would do right now,
wow,
taking care of our physical body would be towards the top.
So good.
More time with family, do something to impact the world, all that stuff. But that our future self is counting on us doing it right now.
Yes.
So that at 70, we're enjoying our life, enjoying grandkids, actually able to function and continue to contribute.
That's a perfect way to close it, because what you're doing right now, you're taking a brave step today so you can live a big life later.
Let's go.
Okay, real quick, triple S for us. Subscribe, share, star, give us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Brave and Big. Brave and Big is produced by Sonus Podcast and the brilliant Miles Albritton. We will see you next week.